I try. Every day I try to find a new topic to rant about. For the last few weeks, I've been looking into the rise of AI girlfriends and boyfriends. I've even downloaded a few to my phone to try out to see how realistic are they. And I scour the news, looking for interesting topics to talk about. But every day without fail, within 30 seconds of going on to TikTok or X, there's another member of the TQ cult saying something ridiculous, and I know that's what I'm going to talk about. For anyone new to the channel, when I say the TQ cult, I'm referring to, within the LGBTQIA+ community, the first three letters, those are sexualities. After that, they're all identities. And the TQ cult are the real hardcore members, because I believe most trans, queer and non-binary people are like the rest of us. They're just trying to live their lives. But these hardcore types, the screamy people, the people making ludicrous demands, mostly that the world gets changed so that their feelings aren't hurt, they're never quiet. So here's a clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Make it clear that the compliment, "I had no idea you were trans," is rooted in transphobia. Yeah. Just ask yourself, why is this person's transness something they should be happy that I didn't perceive? It's kind of like, it gets handed to you on a silver platter. Like, yeah. And it sucks because, like, for a lot of us, even if we've unpacked all this stuff, like, it still feels good to hear. But I think collectively, we need to find better compliments and unpack the ones we give to trans people, as non-trans people, or even as trans people ourselves. And then always take into account the fact that some trans people do not give a shit about passing. So, is your compliment even relevant to them? Continue to uplift and compliment trans people, just find better ways of doing it. We appreciate you.
I had no idea that your trans is rooted in transphobia. Well, bugger me sideways with a prize-winning marrow. I mean, I guess it depends on the way that the person says it. I had no idea you're trans is different to, I had no idea you're trans, because 99% of the time the person saying it is lying, because we know. We all know. The person saying it is trying to be nice, trying to protect the feelings of the trans person. Something which is very rarely reciprocated, given that we're living in such a divided society. Be it on which side of the political divide you're on, your socio-economic status, your religion, although there is one that seems to cause more problems than all the others put together. And in the UK, the two big ones are immigration, or rather illegal migration, and gender ideology. So with that in mind, if you happen to be trans and someone is trying to be nice to you, could you not just take the fucking compliment? So let's have a look at our new friend. Now, we've heard the voice, and although I suspect there are a few filters on the camera, we can see the bone structure, the width of the shoulders, the size of the hands. That's someone who was born male and has been through male puberty. And when people transition, no matter how many hormones they take or how many procedures they have, there'll always be a giveaway, a tell, as it were. I mean, if you're a trans woman and you're 6'8" with a voice like Barry White, that will be a giveaway. Our friend here isn't that extreme, but he still has a tell. It's the hair. You see, the difference between women going to the hairdressers and men going to the barbers couldn't be more different. So that rather greasy, unkempt look that our trans friend has is a dead giveaway. Because when I go to the barbers, well, I don't go get my hair cut, but when I go get my beard cut, I'm in and out in 15 to 20 minutes, and I come out with change from a tenner. When Mrs. Disgruntled goes to the hairdresser, we have to write off half the day, and if she had any more done, I'd have to think about remortgaging the house. Because, as men, we're used to having our grooming product coming in one bottle that serves as shampoo, conditioner, body wash, plus we can use it to wash the car and unclog the drains. Whereas women, just buying their shampoo, I swear they buy it on how much the bottle insults them. So our trans friend won't understand this, and to be blunt, I don't either. But as a man, it does look like women buy shampoo based on how terrible the label says they are. For example, for greasy, damaged, broken hair. I might start my own range of shampoo and just take it further. For greasy, damaged, broken hair, my God, you're filthy, aren't you? You know you're a worthless whore, and that's why your husband left you. Suitable for vegans. When did that become a thing? Suitable for vegans being written on bath products, because in all my years on the earth, I've never gotten into a shower, opened up a bottle of shower gel, and been hit by a beef Wellington. Anyway, our friend says that some trans people don't care if they pass. So what's the fucking problem then? Also, he says we need to come up with better compliments for trans people, but then offers no solutions, and that's so typical of the TQ cult. Here's a problem affecting me, I demand everyone else solve it. I cannot be seen to take any personal responsibility. So I have a serious question for the hardcore members of the trans community. What do you actually want? If we notice you're trans, it's transphobic. If we don't notice you're trans, it's transphobic. And you may say we just want to live our lives, but for the hardcore lot, that isn't true. Yes, live your lives, but please don't do so in a manner which affects women and girls. Because when we make the very reasonable request, you stay out of female-only spaces and don't compete in women's sports. Then you start screaming, waving your arms around and running in circles. Which is impressive in 6-inch heels. Because I've now got to the point where, when I see them out roaming in the wild, I actively distance myself from them. And I don't know if these people are going to be moderate or the more extreme end, but it's too much hassle. I've told this story before, but now there are a lot more subscribers to the channel, so I'll tell it again. Last year, I was in the supermarket on the way home from work, and I was waiting to get to some of the shelves, and in front of me were 2 trans women. They are easy to spot. And one of them looked over its shoulder at me and said, "Look at this guy checking us out." And I thought, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm just stood here minding my fucking business. So I said, "No, mate, I'm not checking you out because I'm heterosexual and you're a man." And it started crying, like properly crying. So I turned away in disgust. And its mate shouted after me, "You didn't have to upset her." So I shouted back, "He started it." We're coming to the end of the video, but as the trans thing gets more and more normalised, more and more men are acting out their fetishes in public. There are many grown men who get off on dressing up and behaving like little girls. This clip is rather different. Be ready.
My name's
Clarissa!
and I'm the prettiest princess in the whole party because that's what my mum said. And if you say that I'm not, then my mum said that I can.
Rip your head up!
My mum's dead. She died. And I talk to her sometimes. And I talk to her.
What was that? And I say this a lot, but that gentleman did that of his own free will. No one forced him to post it on the internet. So that's a man who apparently likes pretending to be a young girl, albeit with severe learning disabilities, who is covered in fake blood and communes with the dead. It's only April, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and attention-seeking, narcissistic, non-binary they-thems, I think we already have a strong contender for 2024 Wanker of the Year. And that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as ever, thanks for watching. Bye. Every day I try to come up with a new fucking wank that up. I try. Every day I try to come up with a new topic to rant about, and every day I fucking forget the fucking words. Bollocky wanky shit. I had no idea that your trans is rooted in transphobia, so being nice is transphobic. So from now on, I'll just shout "fuck off" at everyone I see in the street. And the hairdressers are very different. For example, when I go to the barber, I don't go, "Oh, fucking wanked it up again, you stupid bastard."